Seneca Nation. Let's ride.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Frost Kalnow Stadium. We start the broadcast in the middle of the first quarter, 9:23 left to play here in the first. Delphos St. John's with the possession. And we've seen, this is now the sixth straight rushing play for the Blue Jays to start this one out. Thanks for joining us here on the broadcast. Nate Mullins, Tommy Hall, Greg Kinn, Connor Roush, Eric Hall, Austin Rodriguez with you here on Heart of Ohio Sports for this Division VII Region 26 quarterfinal.
Special 5 p.m. kickoff here tonight, Nate. And they didn't have any wasted motion of it. So we want to thank you all for joining us for the late start to this Division 7 Region 26 playoff matchup. Again, I'm Tommy Hall on the call with Nate Mullins. And it's already a seemingly well-driven drive here. As a deep ball is already caught for a huge touchdown. That's low.
Connor Gagne on the touchdown for the Blue Jays. That's a big pass play for 37 yards to put the Blue Jays on the board 6-0 with 8:36 left to play here in the first quarter.
And this drive started from around the 30-yard line, Nate. And again, like you talked about, 6 rushing plays, and then they open up with the pass. Catches Calvert sleeping to draw first blood here from Frost Kalnow Stadium.
They line up for the extra point, and it is up and good. Blue Jays take a 7-0 lead here at Frost Kalnow Stadium. This regional quarterfinal matchup. Of course, we had 2 games last night. Mohawk upended Macomb. They'll be moving on to face Columbus Grove at a neutral site to be named tomorrow. And then Hopewell Loudon taking care of business against Seneca East. And they will be facing Patrick Henry, a familiar opponent. They'll wait the site of that game. Of course, they played last year at Bowling Green. Found that out thanks to the comments after the game. Of course, everybody's so quick to just tell you when you're wrong, or when you don't know something.
Now the Blue Jays, as they get ready to kick off, let's do a formal introduction to the game here, Nate.
We're live here at Frost Kalnow Stadium. Tiffin Calvert versus Delphos St. John's. I'm Nate Mullins, Tommy Hall, Greg Kinn. We'll thank our sponsors here after this play, as we got the kickoff coming up here. Blue Jays set to kick it off. We'll connect with our sideline reporter here in just a minute.
It's a beautiful evening for football. As this kickoff gets underway, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Let them know you're watching this playoff game live and paywall free here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Returner fields it at the 20, and I don't know what he was doing there, trying to wait for blockers, but got ganged up on by a horde of Blue Jays. Flag flies in, most likely going to be a holding.
What would you
probably back him up another 10 yards here.
What would you refer to a group of Blue Jays as?
A flock.
Flock.
That was a blindside block. So that's even worse. So that'll set the Senecas up with 1st and 10 at about the 13, 12-yard line.
And that's the way you want to start your opening drive here. If you're the Calvert Senecas, especially after allowing the huge touchdown bomb by the Blue Jays. As these Blue Jays, they upended number 2 Scioto Valley last week. And they're looking to play spoiler on the road and keep the collection going.
That should have been a neutral zone infraction on the defense there, but they'll let him play. A quick pitch to the left side. And it looks like Senecas have a first down. Nolan Lee on the little quick pitch. That was good for about 20 yards.
I like that quick little screen. You expect this Calvert Senecas here tonight to kind of lean heavy on Cal Warnament, who definitely made his imprint in that huge win last week. 4 touchdowns, over 300 yards, just in one game, Nate.
Shotgun formation. They bring a man in motion. That's Kimmett. Now they're going to hand it off to Warnament. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Now these Blue Jays are going to be all over that. Tommy, after having over 300 yards last week, he's going to be, I'm sure they had a guy with a 21 jersey on at practice all week, or 27.
Yeah, these Blue Jays are notoriously known for running into high-powered running offenses.
Handoff left side. And another first down for the Senecas. Cal Warnament on the carry. Another first down for the Senecas. Ball at the 48-yard line.
And this drive started from the 13, Nate.
Yep.
And first down brought to you by Greene'S Plumbing and Electric.
Tucker Coleman takes the snap, handoff, and nothing doing there. Warnament on the carry. No gain on the play. So a second down and long coming up here. Blue Jays leading 7-0. First down's brought to you by Greene'S Plumbing and Heating. Pre-game show is brought to you by XCARET Mexican Restaurant. Post-game show brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Game day updates today brought to you by SS Cleaning Services. Coleman in the shotgun. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, now rolls to his right, slings it, and he's got a man inside Blue Jays territory at the 46. That's Xavier Kimmett on the reception. That'll bring up a 3rd and 4.
And on this opening stanza by these Calvert Senecas, you're seeing the Coleman getting the ball into a lot of different playmakers' hands here on this first drive. I like the balanced attack coming out of the gate, Nate.
Third down coming up for the Senecas. 4 receivers set. One man in the backfield with Tucker Coleman. Takes the snap, handoff.
Oh, and the Blue Jays, they were ready for that.
Were all over that one. Maybe a yard on the play up to the 45.
Ooh, that's decision time now.
Yeah, you're going to punt that one away most likely, but I don't know. Looks like the offense is going to stay on the field.
Yeah, Alex Herron did a good job getting his nose in there, help him make a stop. I think Jackson Horston as well.
Yeah, I think you got to have points on this drive.
A big defensive front.
Fourth and 3. Ball in the 45. They got to get it to the 42 to convert. Coleman.
Ooh.
Stands in the shotgun, takes the snap. Fires it. Incomplete. Looking for Schumacher, and a flag flies in. And that could be an ejection for that player because that was, clearly a defenseless receiver. But the question is, did he lead with his helmet?
Ooh. Well, the Blue Jays, they brought the house on that one. Coleman tried to get it out real quick. See here on this Teal Financial Group replay.
Yeah, I don't think he led with the helmet, but he definitely took a nice shot at him after he knew that ball wasn't being caught.
Hey, in Ray Lewis's days, that was fair game right there, baby. I've seen Kellen Winslow get lit up a few times like that.
Those are paid athletes, Nate.
Now they've pretty much taken that out of the game now. So they'll move the ball to the 30-yard line. Converts on 4th down on the penalty. Yeah. Senecas have new life. Fake the handoff. Coleman slings it over the middle. Complete. As he's got a man down to the 26-yard line. And that one is, I believe that's Nolan Lee on the reception.
The same blitz package on that one. You had 3 hands down for the Blue Jays, and they just blitzed their 2 linebackers. And once again, nice job picking up those blocks and giving Coleman just a little bit of time. Brings up 2nd and 6 here, Nate.
Shotgun formation. Blue Jays show blitz, bring it off the edge. Tucker Coleman swings it, and it's up in the air, and it's picked off. Intercepted by the Blue Jays. Number 74, Jackson Horston.
Yeah, he had every lineman's dream, a chance at a thick 6, but unable to get anything going. But it's going to be a turnover nonetheless for these Blue Jays to start things out.
Turnovers brought to you by Relax and Revive Salon and Spa. Let's thank our sponsors before the Blue Jays start this second possession here in the first quarter. We want to thank XCARET Mexican Restaurant, your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Green's Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical, SS Cleaning Services, Heather Hunker, Travel Advisor with Magical Moments Vacations, Forte Music, First National Bank of Sycamore, VICEK Orthodontics, Relax and Revive Salon and Spa, Webster Industries, the Advertiser Tribune, STEINMETZ Graphic Inc., Signs and Graphic Inc., Landers Strength Syndicate, Art Lessons by Chelsea Mullins, and Fiesel's Frame and Collision. Blue Jays sling it out, left side. A nice move in open space there, and a holding's going to get called on the Blue Jays as number 24, that was Riley Mueller.
Brought down by number 24, Nolan Lee. It's flag on the play.
I mean, as I said yesterday during the game, I'm saying these.
And after the turnover, the Blue Jays moving in the wrong direction to start this drive. And when you're in the playoffs and you're in week 12, you got to take advantage of those gifted possessions and capitalize off turnovers here in the early onset.
Ask any offensive line. Here's one. Let me give you the laundry list of reasons we do not hold. 20-yard line for Delphos St.
Scania now back in the gun on a 1st and 18 after the penalty.
Boggs in the shotgun. Takes the snap, rolls to his right. Slings it down the field, and it is almost intercepted with one hand. What a play on the ball there. I don't know who it is. I can't tell from here.
A little bit of difficulty reading some of these jerseys tonight.
Yeah. Maybe 16, maybe it's 16 or 23 are in the shot right now, I think.
It was 10, I think, on the other side. Yeah, it was Logan DeMoss on the play.
Yeah, he's a shutdown back if there ever was one.
Yeah. And he probably saved a touchdown there, Tommy, because that receiver was behind him. But DeMoss went up and high-pointed it with one hand. 2nd and long. Hand off. No, Boggs is going to keep it, and he is swallowed up and dropped in the backfield. And Carter Wolf on the stop for the Senecas.
The Wolf of Madison Street making his presence known in the backfield early.
And a 3rd and a mile coming up here.
Well, what's your call here, Nate? This was a gifted possession, but you also don't want to have anything go awry here on this 3rd and 24, especially when you're trying to get some yards back.
Boggs back to pass, looking, steps up, pressure, rolls to his right, slings it, and it's incomplete.
Nice play on the ball and nice pressure by that defensive front.
A good defensive stand there by the Senecas will force a punt by the Blue Jays. So St. John's drove the length of the field and hit for a 37-yard touchdown pass the first time they're on the field. This time, faced with a 4th and 24, the punt team on the field for their second offensive possession here.
You definitely like the response by these Calvert Senecas after the turnover.
Back deep to punt, I think, is Drew Boggs, quarterback.
Oh, get a little piece of that, it looked like.
This one's going to bounce and roll, and DeMoss will field it at the 40.
Oh!
Takes a hit, keeps on ticking.
Yeah! They call him Timex.
Up to the 48-yard line. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Eric Hall, as he has our weather report brought to you by Heather Hunker, travel advisor with Magical Moments Vacations. How are we doing tonight, Eric?
It's 52 degrees here at kickoff, and pretty much the same as we had last night. Hope it doesn't get as cold as we did last night. So 5 o'clock start, should be all right.
All right. Well, there you have it. There's your weather report brought to you by Heather Hunker, travel advisor with Magical Moments Vacations. Eric, you might want to turn your phone up a little bit. I don't know what's going on. You're really quiet. A handoff left side. Not a whole lot of running room there.
A nice pursuit by Delphos St. John's on that play. But what a nice job by Calvert to at least get some of that back.
Yeah.
I think they get about 1 on that play.
Second and 9. And I tell you, this Blue Jays defense, they come to play today, especially when it comes to that running game. I mean, they're shutting down the run looks here in the early going. Here they show blitz, 5 at the line. This time handoff goes for a couple into Blue Jays territory to the 49. But it'll bring up a 3rd down and long. 3rd and 7 coming up here. Tommy cracking up on a cold one up here.
It's Saturday night. I feel all right.
Third and 7. 4 receivers set here for the Senecas. Tucker Coleman in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Pressure, steps up. Coleman going to have to take off and run with it. And he's got the first down.
Oh, my goodness.
And I'll tell you what. Oh, wait. They're going to say he might be about a yard short where they mark him out.
I was going to say, from the sideline camera I had it on there, it looked like he was maybe just a little shy.
So it'll be 4th and 1.
I thought maybe he extended or something on the reach out there, but yeah, I think he just ran out just a little bit before that.
So once again, they'll keep the offense on the field here on this 4th and short situation. But Tommy, I'm going to tell you what right now, these Blue Jays, they're going to be ready for a run up the middle. So I would hope that this is going to be a different call. Here we got 3 backs in the backfield and a timeout called by Tiffin Calvert.
I think that's going to be the discussion.
Timeouts brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. Let's take this time once again to thank our title sponsors for bringing you tonight's game. Our pregame show was brought to you by XCARET Mexican Restaurant. Postgame show, stick around, brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. All First Downs brought to you by Greene's Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Game day updates brought to you by SS Cleaning Services. Our weather report brought to you by Heather Hunker, travel advisor with Magical Moments Vacations. Stick around for the halftime marching band performance presented by Forte Music. All timeouts tonight presented by First National Bank of Sycamore. Our touchdowns tonight presented by VICEK Orthodontics. Turnovers brought to you by Relax and Revive Salon and Spa. keys to the game, which we'll get to here in just a minute, brought to you by Webster Industries. Team stat breakdown tonight brought to you by the Advertiser Tribune, and our player spotlight brought to you by STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc. Tommy, let's talk about those keys to the game. Once again, brought to you by Webster Industries. You know, for these Blue Jays coming into this one, they're playing with house money. I think that for them, they get out to an early lead like they have here. I mean, you can just kind of play your game. I think for them, the running game is going to be really important tonight. They've got to find a way to run the ball against this tough Calvert front. Under center, Coleman going to try to sneak and keep it, and he's not going to get there.
Wow.
He hasn't taken very many snaps under center this year.
The Calvert players are arguing. They're trying to say he squeezed through there somehow, but I don't know if they're very aware of where that first down line is at, actually, because it seems like a long 1 yard to go.
Yeah, the line to gain.
Either way, you got to win the line of scrimmage, and these Senecas have not done that here tonight so far. This St. John's front has really done a great job of winning that battle at the line of scrimmage here in the first quarter.
Yeah, they loaded the box on that one, and they got a huge defensive front. Just as it is, that plugs up gaps. Maybe the quarterback look isn't even if you know it's coming, maybe the bell cow running back is your go-to in that situation.
1st and 10. Blue Jays take over at their own 43. Senecas show blitz. The quarterback's going to keep it off the right side, and he's back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Second down and 10. Ball at the 43. Boggs in the shotgun. Riley Mueller back there with him. Slings it out right side. Set up some blocks, but the defense does a great job coming up to make the stop after just a yard gain. Connor Gagne on the reception for the Blue Jays. Third and 10. 4 receiver set here for St. John's.
2 turnovers now for the Blue Jays, looking to do something with the possessions. But this Calvert defense holding strong.
Boggs drops back, slings it, and it's picked off. Intercepted.
Wow.
Bounces off a tackler, and they're going to say he's out of bounds.
Is that DeMoss?
But John Schumacher steps in front of the pass and picks it off and sets up the Senecas with great field position at the 23-yard line.
Yeah, Schumacher here. You look on the Teal Financial Group. He read that like the Sunday funnies, stepped right in front of it, and almost returned it, knocked out of bounds right around the 23-yard line. And the Calvert Senecas will take the ball back to try to finish off their last drive that ended in a turnover.
And that's going to be a false start. You'd be sending it to Splitter, not to the monitor.
It doesn't show me anything.
Huh. Weird. 13 seconds left here in the first quarter. Senecas, 1st and 15 at the Blue Jays 29. Coleman in the shotgun. Handoff, right side. And Warnament gets back the penalty yards. About 5-yard pickup there up to the 24. That should be the last play of the first quarter. Your score, Blue Jays 7, Senecas nothing. Step aside, take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Let Heather Hunker, travel advisor with Magical Moments Vacation, take the stress out of booking your next getaway. Specializing in family and group vacations, as well as adults-only trips, Heather can also help you with booking your dream destination wedding. Most trips are planned at no additional cost to you, and you'll have her support both pre-travel and in-destination with every step of the way. Book your next dream getaway now. Heather Hunker, travel advisor with Magical Moments Vacations.
Heart of Ohio Sports gives fans the access they want when they want it. And the athletes get the coverage they deserve. Our broadcasts are free and they always will be. We don't hide behind a paywall.
When my family can't come to the games, they always watch on Heart of Ohio Sports.
At First National Bank of Sycamore, we are a truly local bank that is community-based and community-focused. We are invested in your success, and our team is here to help. First National Bank of Sycamore, banking that just makes sense.
It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome back to Frost Kalnow Stadium. We start the second quarter. Senecas have possession, 2nd and 10. Coleman fakes it to the left, slings it out right.
How do you not?
The ball carrier breaks a tackle, and he's got it down near the 20-yard line. They'll mark him inside the red zone.
A little conservative there by the defense there. I can't believe they allowed that second look to open up. You got to make that open field tackle there in the flat, Nate. But Calvert able to make something out of it. Brings up a 3rd and 4 as now they're starting to march into the red zone.
And a 3rd down and 4 coming up. Take a look at our spotlight, our player spotlight here in just a minute. Brought to you by STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc. Pitch out to the outside, and not much doing there. Blue Jays were all over that. That was just not very well blocked up front.
Yeah, pitch behind the sticks on 3rd and 4th. That's a unenviable task to ask out of your running back. Yeah, make sure that you got a hat on a hat in that situation, Nate.
Mm-hmm. And now they're going to line up for a field goal here. This will be about a 37-yard field goal. Cameron Lucius knocked one through from 45 yards out earlier this season, setting the school record. And now they're going to ice their own kicker.
I don't know if that's exactly what happened there.
I know, I'm just joking. They're probably thinking about going for it, honestly. We'll see. The T's still on the field, so.
Yeah, I think you go ahead and just try for the points. Your bite at the apple came on that 3rd and 4 situation. You lost yardage. Yeah. So you don't want to bring up 4th down and have to make up yards too. Unenviable 4th and 6 situation. I mean, if you got a kicker that can put points on the board for you, why leave them on the field?
Yeah, that's a good point. They are going to bring the kicker back out for a field goal. 10:24 left to play here in the first half. Blue Jays lead 7-0. Cameron Lucius lining up. 37-yard field goal, and it's blocked.
Oh, wow.
Senecas pick it up, and they'll bring it back to about the 18, but that's...
Now, if they had advanced that enough for a first down, would that have counted?
I don't think so. I don't think they can.
Nah.
I don't think they can advance it.
Yeah, it should stay at the 20.
Right where they picked it up at there.
It should be where the original line of scrimmage is at most. Unless it touched a Blue Jay, and then they can pick it up, I believe. So it'll be a first down Blue Jays, ball at the 20-yard line. I mean, obviously it touched a Blue Jay. They blocked it.
Man, this one.
You want to take a look at one of those player spotlights?
Yeah, why don't we check out the player spotlight for the St. John's Blue Jays.
Yeah, coming into tonight, you don't want to count out the underdog in this one. They have ran a murderer's gauntlet in that MAC conference, taking on Marion Local and a whole Clearwater, just a murderer's row of opponents.
Yeah, Marion Local, Coldwater, St. Henry, just wow.
And look at this run.
Mueller on the carry, bounces off of multiple tackles, and he's got it down near the first down marker. About a yard short.
You see number 10 there. He put late in a big hit there to put him down and kind of took a little bit out of himself there. He took a second to get up. He put all of it into that tackle.
Landon DeMoss on the tackle for the Senecas. Second down and a yard. 3 receivers set. Handoff. This is Mueller on the carry. They're going to give him forward progress to the first down marker.
See a lot of fight down there in these linemen. These Senecas ain't going to go away quietly in this one, that's for sure.
I think they were... They didn't know what to expect with the level of physicality coming into this one, and these St. John's Blue Jays, I mean, they bring it.
Yeah, if nothing else, you're going to be battle tested. You're going to be toughened up just by the schedule that you have.
Mm-hmm.
So this is just another Saturday, but just another Friday night for these Blue Jays.
Boggs going to keep it, and picked up a couple up to the 31, where they'll mark him down. Carter Wolf on the stop for the Senecas. 8:44 left to play here in the first half. 7-0 Blue Jays.
It's kind of hard to pinpoint exactly what this Blue Jays offense needs to do to get a little bit more, get it opened up a little bit more and get a rhythm going. As these Senecas, they're right after it.
Boggs, handoff on the motion. Little end around.
Yep, that's the...
And Connor Gagne picks up the first down, moves it up to the 46-yard line.
That's a little spark you need there, the shot in the arm that your offense needs to not only extend this drive, but also expand that playbook.
Right back up to the line. Blue Jays ready to call the next play. They look to the sideline for the play adjustment. Handoff, right side. And Mueller stopped behind the line, back at the 44-yard line. You know, Tommy, I tried to find stats on this team. For as awesome as the MAC conference is, they need better representation online because, like, they just do not have – there's nobody keeping stats for these teams. There's no way you can find stats for any of these teams. You would think some of these teams would want their stats out there, or maybe they don't. Is that a coaching thing, Tommy? Maybe you don't want your stats out there? Would there be a reason as a coach that you would not want your stats to be out there?
Because you're playing in a gauntlet league against some powerhouses that are going to eat up the majority of those stats and leave.
But what I'm saying, though, is...
So, I mean, sometimes schools just don't even really...
But what about these other schools, like Marion Local, Coldwater, all these other schools?
Wow.
And they're going to let them play for that one.
Oh, I'm sure
Surprised.
when you get a program like that, they're keeping their own.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying... I don't know. I guess I would just...
The readily available stats online.
The media guy, like, where am I finding stats for these teams? Because it was just, it was impossible. I always try to find stats because I want to do a team stat comparison between these two teams. The only thing I could find was their points. I tried emailing their AD and never got a response. Like, that's just a little frustrating when you want to represent these teams better.
Go ahead and show that.
You want to promote their teams.
I see what you're saying here, yeah.
But, yeah, I couldn't find pass yards, rush yards, turnover, takeaways, none of it. So, once again, we tried, folks. I did. I really did. I tried. I emailed the AD, never got a response. So, but if you look at those stats, I mean, they've given up a lot of points, but, Tommy, you showed earlier, the graphic that you showed, I mean, you talk about the gauntlet that this team has played this year.
Yeah, again.
They got beaten 71-0 by Marion Local. But, I mean, who hasn't gotten beat by 60 by Marion Local this year?
And if that's not enough, then you go to face teams like Coldwater. So coming into tonight with that record that they have and being able to upset the number 2 team, that just tells you how powerful the conference is and that these Blue Jays play in that MAC conference. And they definitely should not be slept on. And so that was the biggest tell tonight in preparation for this game, as I really thought, Calvert's going to have their work cut out for them, because on paper it looks like it might be a dub, but when you actually peel back the curtain a little bit, these Blue Jays, they're going to come at you. So I like the little underdog graphic with the punching up in your weight class.
Little Blue Jay.
Yeah.
3rd and 12. Blue Jays have it. Gagne, the man in motion.
Oh, look at that. You got a wide beat on your man there.
Boggs throws it deep, and it is broken up.
Wow.
Oh. Intended for Alex Martz down the field. A good coverage on the play by the Calvert defense.
Big time coverage on a 3rd down long, man.
The cover.
Like you said, he was open for a minute.
I was going to say, that's one of those plays where the coverage is there because you're expecting them to kind of play that ball deep, try to keep it in front of them. But in this situation, you have the opportunity to get this into one of your playmakers' hands immediately and just try to get them across give them a chance.
Yeah, the ball hanging there, a little
those
too
second
long,
chance yards that Nate always talks about in that pitch and catch. But the punt now,
Boggs gets this one away, hits down at the 36. Takes a St. John's roll to the 30-yard
much of a roll
line.
at all, though. There,
about 5 yards, yeah.
Kind of bounced straight back up almost the first bounce.
Well, yeah, about 6 minutes left here in this first half of action. You got the lead, 7-0, but you've been unable to capitalize off of 3 turnovers now, Nate. If you're the Calvert Senecas, I mean, this is what you discuss with you guys, and then the huddle. Hey, we need to wake up.
That's right.
Because those opportunities become that much few and far between as this 48-minute game rolls on. So I don't know how many more opportunities the Blue Jays are going to afford you if you're the Calvert Senecas.
6 minutes, 30 seconds left here in the first half.
Oh, and he's
just destroyed from the backside.
Oh.
Tommy, they keep leaving that backside guy unblocked, and I've been wondering when that was going to happen, because every time there's a guy off the edge that's coming in unblocked.
Wow. Yeah, as
I mean, look at this. Up
54, Alex.
They creep him up to the line.
Alex,
and right there, they didn't pick him up. Nobody picks him up. Not even the running back picks him up.
Yeah, Alex Heron comes off the edge, but you're going to need a crane to get Coleman off the field after that one.
Yeah.
2nd and 16 coming up. Shotgun formation. Coleman, handoff, Warnament, swallowed up in the backfield. This is not looking that good tonight. This offensive game plan is just not working against these Blue Jays. They're ready for every play.
That's been the story of this first 24 minutes here. It's just been neither team giving an inch. The huge bomb to start this play by the Blue Jays, that's really been the only spark of offense we've really seen in this game thus far.
Coleman.
By either team.
Looking. Slings it down the left sideline, just has to throw it away. And it'll bring up a 4th down.
You want to take this moment real quick to look at the player spotlight for Calvert?
Yeah, let's take a look at the player spotlight for the Calvert Senecas, brought to you by STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc.
Well, the defense held up for you, and you kind of shied away there. But you got to do what brought you to the dance. You got to rely on your demolition man. You got a running back like Cal Warnament, who last week we talked about, able to rack up over 300 yards and 4 touchdowns just off 21 touches.
Last time somebody had 4 touchdowns, they were talking about Polk High reminiscing back in the day.
It's one of those games that
punt, eh?
I say it's one of those games that will keep you remembered. But that, you're right, Greg. That was a heck of a punt. This is just about where the last drive fizzled out for these Blue Jays.
Yeah, it was caught there at the 40, not bounced and rolled to the 40.
Dang.
So the Blue Jays take over at their own 39, leading 7-0. Just under 5 minutes to play here in the first half. They still have 2 timeouts left. Plenty of time to work this down the field and extend that lead before half.
Calvert brings the blitz.
Boggs steps up, slings it, and it's picked off once again. Another interception. This time, it's Logan DeMoss.
And I always say, Nate, that the only thing that pressure creates better than diamonds is a turnover. You see the blitz by the Senecas come through. It forces the Boggs out of the pocket to where he is forced to throw an ugly ball here.
I just don't understand the strategy
Yeah,
here.
just how he steps up and then he has to step out and wing that one. Not very accurate with that one, and with DeMoss there just able to step in front of it.
I just don't understand the strategy, Tommy. You got a 7-point lead, less than 5 to play in the first half. Run the ball. What are you throwing the ball there for? On first down.
Bring a guy off the edge again.
There's Warneman off the edge.
So they tried to bring the man after the quarterback again off the other side this time, but ball was handed off and Warneman was gone before he even come through there.
Yeah, and if you're the Blue Jays, Nate, it's one of those situations, you're kind of danged if you do, danged if you don't. Because in that situation, even with the 7-point lead, you're still trying to play to win, not just play not to lose. That 7-point lead here in the playoffs, definitely not a protected lead.
First down brought to you by Green's Plumbing and Heating. Two backs in the backfield. One receiver here on the near side. Coleman. Handoff right side. Now they're finding a little bit of running room here, Tommy.
I'm sitting crisscross applesauce and I got my foot stuck. I was trying to figure out how I was getting out of that.
Right there, yeah. Look at that. Austin Rodriguez down there on the sideline doing a great job tonight for us.
Over here in the play call.
No audio down there. No audio. Second down and 4.
I love being able to get that close to the field without getting hit.
Coleman in the shotgun, 3 receivers set. Handoff left side. Now, finding some running room here. Warnament breaks a couple tackles, now skids out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. Cal Warnament finding some running room. And the Senecas inside the red zone now.
That's a nice job by Brady Pullman, though, by the Blue Jays. Not giving up on the play, keeping his angle, keeping that pursuit, and helping force Warnament out of bounds using Warnament's own blocker.
Liking this drive so far from Calvert.
Turnover after turnover after turnover here tonight. It's been a roller coaster with 3:18 remaining here in the first half.
Handoff. And a couple yards on the carry. I think that's Nolan Lee on the carry.
Yeah, Nolan Lee looking for yards in all the wrong places there. Still going to be 2nd and 7. Or maybe that was Jerry Lee.
So Warnament has the black gloves. Lee has the white gloves. There we go. That's how I can tell them apart. Hand off to Warnament. Left side. And this time the defense comes up and makes the stop. And there's big number 34, Alex Martz. Comes up with the stop. Was that Lee? Okay, so I had him backwards. So Lee has the black gloves.
And MJ has one glove. Hee hee. Hee hee.
The white glove. 3rd and 7. Ball at the 9. 2 backs in the backfield, 2 receivers far to the right. Coleman.
Look at that roll out.
Into the end zone. Picked off.
Picked off in the end zone.
Intercepted. As Connor Gagne picks it off.
I think he had
in front of that one.
I think he had an open look at almost in the middle of the field there. I know it's a kind of a scary throw to make, but you're looking at the defender and the receiver standing side by side there in the back of the end zone. You know that's going to be.
When you got down there by using your run game, and then you go away from it when you get inside the red zone.
Again, it happens. Sometimes you just get too cute.
I mean, and these are the mistakes that you're going to have with a first-year quarterback.
Absolutely.
Never played quarterback before.
For sure.
They always say, act like you've been there before. Well, he hasn't.
Ball at the 6-yard line. Under 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Boggs going to keep it off the right side.
Oh, nice.
And defense comes up to make the stop, but he picks up 3. Actually, 2 on the carry. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And Carter Wolf starting to put together an impressive game here tonight. As he was taken out of that play, Greg, he reached back and was able to get a hand on the ball carrier and stop that play because everything in front of him was daylight.
Yeah, I seen that time. He kind of was pushed out of the way, he was blocked out of the way, and he said, hold on a minute.
Yeah.
Last-ditch effort, I'm going to reach out here.
Crazy. I would not be attacking the edge with Carter Wolf coming off of it.
Second down and 8. Blue Jays letting that clock run down. 1:17 seconds left here in the first half. Boggs going to keep it. Actually, it was a quick pitch.
Yeah, oh, we got a flag there, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be a hold.
Oh, and all that's going to be for naught.
Mueller.
Yeah, nowhere to be found as.
Nowhere to be found.
He just squirts out of there, but the hold. And when you have just 2 defenses going at it like they have tonight, these penalty yards are just backbreakers to any drive that you're trying to put together.
That pretty much moves the ball back to the original line of scrimmage. So they really only lost 2 yards on the play, but it negates about a 25-yard gain.
And if you're Delphos St. John, you just continue to run your offense here. I don't want to try to, you don't have to hurry up or do anything. You almost want to just take that lead into the half with you and keep it.
Well, especially when you're so deep in your own territory,
Exactly.
you don't want to try anything.
It's 2nd and 8. Calvert's got some timeouts. You got to run your offense.
Trying to avoid disaster here. Don't want to turn the ball over here and give Calvert any time left to do anything.
They did on the last drive. On first down after a turnover. First play. A passing play.
Oh, we got a timeout here?
Timeout presented by First National Bank of Sycamore. We use this time to thank our sponsors for allowing us to be here, broadcast this game live and paywall free right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We'd like to thank XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Greene'S Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical, SS Cleaning Services, Heather Hunker, Travel Advisor with Magical Moments Vacations, Forte Music, First National Bank of Sycamore, VICEK Orthodontics, Relax and Revive Salon and Spa, Webster Industries, The Advertiser Tribune, STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc., Lander Strength Syndicate, Art Lessons by Chelsea Mullins, and Fiesel's Frame and Collision, all proud sponsors with us right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
I hate to say it, Nate, but it's that time of year that you really need to be thinking about your plumbing and heating needs as we approach wintertime here. So having a sponsor like that on board makes it easier to try to find somebody to help you out before you get into these cold winter months.
2nd and 10. Blue Jays hand it off. This is Mueller on the carry. And he's got it down to about the 13-yard line.
Clock just continues to run here.
Riley Mueller, the ball carrier. Down to 45 seconds left here in the first half. Make sure you stick around for the halftime show. We'll have our marching band performance brought to you by FORTE Music. And I'll tell you what, these St. John's Blue Jays, they got a great marching band, folks. You want to stick around for that.
Almost looks like they got more marching band than team standing over there.
Boggs, quarterback keeper.
Oh.
Tried to find some running room, but got it up past the first down marker. And that should be the last play of the first half. Blue Jays take a 7-0 lead into the locker room. Wait, are we gonna?
That should.
Yeah, okay. All right, yeah. Blue Jays take a 7-0 lead into the locker room. We'll step aside, take a timeout. We'll be back with the halftime show, the halftime marching band performance brought to you by FORTE Music. That's coming up next right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome to your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your trusted community credit union for over 70 years. We're not just a credit union, we're your personal financial counselor. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union is a full-service financial institution tailoring solutions to your needs. Whether it's your first home or planning for the future, we're here to help you find success. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, a legacy built on trust, commitment, and community.
Your legacy.
Keep it locked in. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
From the game to online, Bascom Communications has you covered. Since 1906, Bascom Communications has been here for you. Because we're not just serving your community, we're part of it. Trust your local cooperative for fast, reliable fiber internet. Connect with us today and experience the difference of local, dependable service that's built for you. Bascom Communications, your neighbor, your network. Contact us at Bascom Communications for more information.
Experience the ultimate luxury treatment at Relax and Revive Salon and Spa. At Tiffin's largest salon and spa, we offer a full array of services to help you look and feel your best. From hair and nails to massages and skincare, we also accommodate groups and are the perfect place for bridal parties, girl days, and even date night. Everyone needs a little R&R. Enjoy some self-care at Relax and Revive Salon and Spa.
Want to take your marketing plan to the next level? Let's talk. Shoot us an email at hoosbroadcasting@gmail.com.
It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
We continue with the longest running #1 single from 2004. Listen as the Marching Jays perform Usher's Yeah. We close tonight with the 2010 song that was featured during the halftime show of Super Bowl 48. Born as Peter Gene Hernandez, the Marching Jays are proud to perform Bruno Mars' Runaway Baby. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2024 Delphos St. John's High School Marching Blue Jays.
Devil's advocate, like, well, how do we fucking camera when we don't even know all the settings yet? Yeah. But like, he just can't take it out on it. Tell it that's fault too. I won the chili contest today.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Under the direction of Mr. Victor Welsh, the Calvert Marching Band and Color Guard will be performing a number of great selections for you tonight. We invite Field Commander Emma Marvin to take the stand and lead the band through our first song. Hand Clap is a song that was recorded by American indie pop band Fits and Tantrums. Popular amongst dance clubs and dance teams, we are sure you will enjoy our first tune. Hit it, band. Next up, we have the classic hit from 1995, Bon Jovi's It's My Life. This was one of the most successful Bon Jovi singles internationally, reaching #1 in many countries, including Austria, Belgium, Italy, and Switzerland. Sing along as we play It's My Life.
I knew they were talking to us, and they told me, and when I came in the gate, she was taking money. I said, "Where's your cash?" "Oh, I'm ready for
Michael Jackson's Thriller. The music video for Thriller is considered one of the most famous music videos of all time, at least by the Library of Congress, which added the video to its National Film Registry in 2009. The first music video in the registry. Dance along with us if you know the moves. Take it away, band.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At Heart of Ohio Sports, it's obvious. The first thing that comes to mind is sports. But we do a lot more than just cover live sporting events.
Go, go, go!
When we want to watch our highlights from last night's game, there's only one place we go, Heart of Ohio Sports.
Heart of Ohio Sports is owned by Mullins Entertainment and located inside Studio Squared in downtown Tiffin. The space features a state-of-the-art podcast studio, open for public use. Building a platform for creators is one of our top priorities. We connect fans to the action like no one else can. As a business in today's market, you got to stay ahead of the game. And what better way than to get on board with the fastest growing brand in media today? I mean, you can take it from me, or you can just listen to them.
When recruiters want to see our game film, we tell them they can watch it on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Heart of Ohio Sports gives fans the access they want when they want it. And the athletes get the coverage they deserve. Our broadcasts are free, and they always will be. We don't hide behind a paywall.
When my family can't come to the games, they always watch on Heart of Ohio Sports.
You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports.
And welcome back to Frost Kalnow Stadium. We're here with the halftime show as great marching band performances by both marching bands tonight. Once again, brought to you by FORTE Music. I want to take a moment and thank all of our sponsors before we get to the second half. It's 7-0 Blue Jays here at Frost Kalnow Stadium. Nate Mullins, Tommy Hall, Greg Kinn, Connor Roush, Eric Hall, and Austin Rodriguez on the call with you here tonight. I want to thank our sponsors, including XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Greene'S Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical, SS Cleaning Services, Heather Hunker, Travel Advisor with Magical Moments Vacations, FORTE Music, First National Bank of Sycamore, VICEK Orthodontics, Relax and Revive Salon and Spa, Webster Industries, the Advertiser Tribune, STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc., Landers Strength Syndicate, Art Lessons by Chelsea Mullins, and Fiesel's Frame and Collision, all proud sponsors with us right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Getting ready to start the second half of action, and it's time for everyone's favorite segment. It's time for the wise words of Nostradamus.
I tell you this much. In this Week 12 Division 7 Region 26 playoff matchup between these Delphos St. John Blue Jays and these Calvert Senecas, I'm almost at a loss for words. Less than 100 yards of offense between both squads here in this first 24 minutes of game, and the question starts to be who's gonna pull that knockout shot? Who's gonna be able to finish this one out? As both teams coming into at the end of that first half, just penalties stalled a lot of drives. We talk about the turnovers. Both teams had 4 turnovers just in that first half, Nate, and in the second half, my prediction is the team that is able to actually finish a drive, I think might be the one that just crawls out of this one, because it's been a rough outing for both offenses, and the defenses have really showed up and showed out in this one, Greg.
Let's talk about our game day update brought to you by SS Cleaning Services. We'll go over the first half stats from this one as Calvert started out with 17 carries for 59 yards, 5 first downs. They were 4 for 7 through the air for 35 yards, 2 interceptions, 2 penalties for 18 yards. They're 0 for 5 on third downs and 1 for 2 on fourth downs tonight with a field goal blocked. St. John's has 6 first downs, 15 rushes for 71 yards. They're 2 for 8 through the air with a touchdown and 2 interceptions. That touchdown, a 37-yard touchdown pass to Connor Gagne. Penalties 3 for 29 yards. Third down conversions, they are 2 for 6 on the evening with a 9 minutes and 37 seconds of time of possession there in that first half. Some notable stats: Cal Warnament with 10 carries for 46 yards. Tucker Coleman, 4 for 7, 35 yards and 2 interceptions. Nolan Lee leading the way with 3 catches for 29 yards for the Senecas. Looking at Delphos St. John's, Connor Gagne leading the way with 2 carries for 31 yards, as well as a reception for 37 yards, 2 receptions for 37 yards, and a touchdown. Riley Mueller with 7 carries for 28 yards. Drew Boggs, the quarterback, 6 carries for 12 yards. He's also 2 for 8 through the air with a touchdown and 2 interceptions on the day. So there's your stats, your game day update brought to you by SS Cleaning Services. Once again, folks, owned by Tiffin native and proud Hopewell Loudon alum Shelby Sauber. SS Services is a trusted, bonded, and insured cleaning provider in our community for the last 6 years. Members of both the Seneca and Hancock County Chamber of Commerce, they serve reputable companies across Tiffin, Findlay, Fremont, Fostoria, and surrounding areas. While they do specialize in commercialized cleaning, residential clients can also enjoy a 10% discount with their exclusive discount card. For more details, reach out to SS Cleaning Services on Facebook. And the kickoff fielded at the 30-yard line. And a little extra effort there at the end by Christian Young to make sure the returner goes down.
And I'm not even sure that SS Cleaning Services would have been able to clean up that ugly first half that we coming out of the locker room for. Let's see if both these squads are able to have a nice, clean second half here as Calvert.
There was an extra little flare at the end where he kind of whipped him down. But let's ask and see what the question is here. What are they discussing?
They didn't even throw a flag.
Was that a penalty against?
I never saw one get thrown, but they are talking to the coach down there, so maybe he's the one that said something about, maybe he was like, hey, come on, guys.
Yeah.
That's a little extra there.
That could be.
Because it was right in front of him.
Garrett call.
Oh, there we go. That's one way to get him a call.
I'm liking these calls by committee here in week 12.
I know.
Anybody wants a favor out of the referees, they just
I don't
go
think
ahead
anything
and
changed, though. So
open up the discussion. We saw that last night in that Seneca East and Hopewell Loudon game.
Back to pass. Coleman slings it left side, incomplete, intended for Cal Warnament. Second and 10 coming up. First offensive possession here of the second half for either team. Seneca's, you don't have to have points on this drive, Tommy, because you're only down by 1 score, but this does kind of feel like one of those drives where you really should be getting some points out of this drive.
Yeah, you've had enough drives in this one that you really should be in some kind of rhythm, and the Senecas just aren't with it.
And Warnament on the carry. Nice sideline shot there by Austin Rodriguez. That shutter speed on that new camera is catching the lights. You see him rolling like that? Mm-hmm. It's because the shutter speed's faster on this camera.
A huge 3rd and 8 now.
Coleman slinging it down the field, and it's incomplete.
Wow.
That one got lost in the Saturday night lights.
Logan DeMoss, the intended receiver.
And a huge defensive stand by the Blue Jays to start this second half of action, Nate.
The Senecas just not able to get anything going offensively here tonight. That was a nice sequence there.
Good wizarding, too.
Schultz is punt.
Wow.
And Gagne on the return to the 35-30. And he's going to be brought down inside the 20-yard line. But once again, Connor Gagne.
Yeah, not the return man that you want to send that one sailing right into the breastplate of. As
that kick didn't have much hang time. It kind of just flew right to him, and he took off.
Line drive kick right to him.
It's trying to get more of that one there. That was a crazy looking sequence there. Seeing that ball just go right to his chest and him just hit the rockets and go.
That first down brought to you by Greene's Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. First and 10. Little quick pitch to the running back. As I believe that was 46, TJ Wirtz.
Yep.
Well, these Blue Jays, they're afforded some tremendous real estate here.
Boy,
they got a chance to capitalize and extend their lead.
How'd you like to see that coming down at you, Tommy? 6'2", 225-pound running back. Woof. 2nd and 5. That should have been a false start. Running back took off before they even got the snap. Just on the carry. Has it up to the 2-yard line.
And this was during that STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Ink player spotlight. Wirtz had been the featured athlete in that little piece there, and I was wondering why he hadn't received too many touches, as earlier in my research of this game, he was definitely the bell cow running back for these Blue Jays in some of their early victories earlier on in the season.
Wow. Okay, that makes no sense.
So I'll try to get to work on that, I guess.
Wow.
You got the Elves pulling plugs here tonight.
Somebody's pulling some plugs. Jeez. Wirtz, short gain up to about the 2. But it's 2nd down and goal coming up. And Logan DeMoss comes up a little sore after the play. And you start talking about some of these players playing both ways this full game here, Tommy. Starts to play a toll, week 12.
And here I think you just continue the onslaught here. Give it another dose of Wirtz.
This time handoff goes to Mueller, and he's going to be short. Short by about a yard. And now the Senecas called the task once again. Defense going to have to make a stop.
So, yeah, that's going to be spotted around the half-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and goal here, Nate. 8:20 rolling here in the 3rd quarter. And a chance to extend the lead by the Blue Jays. Boggs sends a man in motion.
And once again, Gagne into the end zone. His 2nd touchdown here in the ball game. Connor Gagne from a yard out. Puts the Blue Jays up 13-0. Pending the extra point. 8:12 left to play here in the 3rd quarter.
And that quick handoff, Nate, that was just very effective. They did a great job just pounding the football on that drive. That was almost absent there in the first half.
Yeah, it's a good point. Snap is back. Kick is up, and it's blocked. Blocked by John Schumacher. Having himself a heck of a ball game here tonight.
Now if these other Senecas can wake up, they're chasing a 13-point lead. with 8:12 remaining here in the third quarter.
Love to know how that happened.
I would love to know how that happened, too.
I'm just absolutely flabbergasted how that happened.
I'm blown away by that one.
I think Greggy did this somehow.
Yeah, from in here, huh?
That's incredible.
Man. Once again, Blue Jays on top 13-0 with 8:12 left to play. Let me tell you about our friends at Webster Industries. They've been proudly making the chains, sprockets, and equipment that power industries across America since 1876. From automotive to food processing, Webster's products keep things moving. Are you looking for a new job? How about a career? Visit WebsterChain.com today to learn more about how to apply. Webster Industries, powering progress across essential industries. Once again, last night, 2 streams, 2 teams moving on in our coverage area as Mohawk taking care of business over Macomb, 20-13. And they'll move on to face Columbus Grove next Friday. And then Hopewell Loudon over Seneca East. And we'll move on to face Patrick Henry next week.
And again, look at these Blue Jays setting the match to these teams' seasons as they're on a tear. We talked about it at the top of the program. The way these Blue Jays were able to take care of business over number 2 Scioto Valley. And now here tonight, they got a 13-point lead on the Tiffin Senecas, who are hosting the playoff game here in the second round.
And kickoff fielded at the 24-yard line. Lucas Stoltz on the return. Brings it back to the 30. Senecas take over at their own 30-yard line. And Tommy, I think it's time to go to the drawing board here. 3 and out on their first offensive possession of the second half. They just have not really been able to get anything going offensively here tonight.
Yeah, they try to mix it up with a balanced attack. They don't try to be too one-dimensional, but sometimes I think when this team gets in a passing rhythm, that's usually their bread and butter that you stick with. The same thing with when they start going to the run game more. It's almost like once they shy away from one or the other, it kind of goes south.
And the Blue Jays just blew that one up.
And what's changed in the pursuit to the ball between the first half and the second half, that these Delphos St. John's are now these Blue Jays are starting to get a push.
They were getting a push in the first quarter. I think the Senecas found something in that second quarter, started to find some running room, but I don't know what happened, man. Everything's kind of closed up here in this second half.
Yeah, they were attacking the edge early on. Now they've really tried to attack these gaps in this defensive front by the Blue Jays. They just know how to fill those holes.
Coleman slings it over the middle, and it's caught at the 35-yard line. Carter Wolf on the reception. 7:10 to play here in the third quarter. Seneca's facing a 3rd and long. 3rd and 6 coming up.
That's not a bad situation to play the hot hand. Maybe we try to find something to get Carter Wolf involved again here on this one. He's seemingly having an impact on this game.
4 receivers set. Kimmett, the man in motion. Over the middle, and it's incomplete, right off the hands of Logan DeMoss. You do not see that happen very often. First team, all SBC, wide receiver, and cornerback. So both sides of the ball, first team as a junior. But that one hits him right where you don't want it, right in the hands.
And a masterful start by Delphos St. John here in the second half. They're able to get a stop there to begin this second half, then capped it off with a touchdown, and now force another 3 and out.
Stoltz with another low line drive punt. This one, Gagne is going to watch it roll all the way to the 15-yard line. Boy, I don't know why he didn't pick that up.
He had a running start with that last huge return that set the Blue Jays up nicely for a scoring drive.
Maybe he thought he wanted to use a little bit more time on the clock here, Tommy. More yardage, more time to eat up off the clock. 6:31 left to play in the third quarter. Don't forget, tonight's first downs are brought to you by Greene's Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical, your trusted choice in Tiffin, Ohio for all things home comfort. From plumbing repairs to heating, cooling, and electrical needs, Greene's has been serving our community with quality you can count on for over 20 years. Call Greene's today for reliable, efficient, and friendly service. Greene's Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical, keeping your home running right. And Wirtz running left, picks up a couple, up to the 20. TJ Wirtz, the ball carrier. They'll mark him at the 19. Blue Jays have forced 2 straight 3-and-outs here to start the second half on defense. Their offense, meanwhile, has added 6 more points to their lead, and they're now on top 13-0. Now, Tommy, last week, Upper Scioto was up 22-6 at one point. These Blue Jays came all the way back in the second half to win that one 28-22.
That shows you that they're a second-half offense.
That's exactly right. And they kind of wear on teams with their physicality at the line.
And we're starting to open things up. He was quick as a hiccup on that one.
And folks, this just goes to show you the level of play in the MAC conference. I don't think you guys understand. I don't think people – it's kind of like when people try to downplay the SEC. Like, you really don't understand the brand of football that's being played over there right now. Like, it's just a completely different level of football. And it's – I mean, these teams have to play against some of the best teams in the state. You're talking about a conference that just a few years ago had 3 state champions in 3 different divisions.
Marion Local, Coldwater, Lima Senior, Lima Central Catholic. Just unenviable opponents.
So a second down and long after the 1-yard loss with the ball at the 25-yard line.
I mean, you start falling behind your defense, they're not as aggressive because they're trying, again, they're trying to be mindful. You definitely got to get yourself a stop here.
And a handoff left side. This time defense there to make the stop. As Connor Moyer comes up and drops the ball carrier right at the line of scrimmage.
You see him back in the mix.
We'll give a birthday shout out to Doris Coleman. Happy birthday. Tomorrow is actually her birthday, but Mama Coleman celebrating a birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday.
See if the Senecas can deliver a gift as the end around here by...
He's stopped just shy of the first.
Gagne.
Now they're going to give him the momentum all the way up to the first down marker, so that should move the chains. We'll see.
So that's going to be a close one. I don't know if that was the first or not. Oh, yeah, they're going to say it. Wow.
They got dinner plans, Greg.
What happened there? He stumbled coming into the field. The play comes in from the sideline. Clock continuing to roll. 13-0 here at Frost Kalnow in this Division VII Region 26 matchup.
A timeout called by St. John's. 3:02 left to play here in the third quarter. 1st and 10.
Yeah, they had to save themselves from the delay of game.
Connor, why are you zooming in on people in the parking lot for?
They're starting the buses already. That's what he's saying. Let's thank our sponsors for allowing us to be here, folks. This timeout brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. We'd like to thank XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Greene'S Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical, SS Cleaning Services, Heather Hunker, Travel Advisor with Magical Moments Vacations, Forte Music, First National Bank of Sycamore, VICEK Orthodontics, Relax and Revive Salon and Spa, Webster Industries, the Advertiser Tribune, STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc., Landers Strength Syndicate, Art Lessons by Chelsea Mullins, and Fiesel's Frame and Collision, all proud sponsors with us right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Once again, don't forget tonight's touchdowns are brought to you by VICEK Orthodontics, where they're all about creating confident, healthy smiles for every age. Dr. VICEK and the team use the latest techniques to make your orthodontic journey comfortable and effective. Discover the difference of personalized care and a smile you'll be proud to show off. Schedule your consultation with VICEK Orthodontics today, where they bring out the best in every smile. Boggs in the pistol formation. Takes the snap. Up the middle.
He gets the block.
Into the open, to the 40, 35 to the 30, and down inside the 25-yard line. Drew Boggs.
Ain't no doubt about that one being a big old first down there.
Yeah. First down brought to you by Greene'S Plumbing. And I'll tell you what, these Blue Jays doing everything they can to move on.
Yeah, trying to put this one away here.
And Tommy, you want to talk about a Cinderella story. You know, the winner of this game will move on to face VICEK. VICEK, the 11 seed. You got to think St. John's will probably be licking their chops for that one as well, as they've already taken out a 2 seed. Here they got a 13-point lead against Tiffin Calvert. Now, this is not over by any means, folks. They still got to take care of business. But, I mean, the way this has kind of gone so far here in this one, I mean, is it too much to kind of look ahead and say, wow, Tommy, there could be a potential for a 1 versus a 15 matchup in the final if everything plays out? Obviously, Mohawk plays Columbus Grove, so it could be a 4 versus a 15. But, I mean, this region is tough. There's a lot of tough teams. And I don't think anybody had Delphos St. John's moving on to the semifinal, but I think everybody at Delphos St. John's said, yeah, that's where we're going to be.
Oh, look at this again.
Gagne is gone into the end zone. 17-yard touchdown. And the Blue Jays add to their lead. It's now 19-0. Delphos St. John's on top. 1:30 to play here in the third quarter.
And the Blue Jays, they just keep attacking the edge, and they have no answer. Nothing's getting turned in back inside. It's just straight ahead. You see it here on the Teal Financial Group replay. Just Gagne on the end around. Cuts it back up.
Ah. And the extra point is up and good. Blue Jays lead now 20-0. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Eric Hall, as he's got our weather report brought to you by Heather Hunker, travel advisor with Magical Moments Vacations. Eric, any updates on the weather?
Eric! Yeah, we're down into the 40s now. It's getting a little colder down here. That's guys. So, tap from Carter Wolf there. Yeah, it's fuck, I ran over. Yeah, it's down in the 40s. It's a little colder now. I got the jacket out now, and yeah, it's getting there.
It's getting there.
I'd say you were just.
We're getting cold.
I would say you were just for the weather, but what season?
Are you wearing a do-rag?
What is this guy? He just
Eric's
walks away.
Speechless. He's like, I don't even know what to say to you guys.
Literally just walked away.
Oh, I thought I was back. Came back on, man. I thought you were back on.
Woo. Man.
Tell you something that's not funny is how these Senecas now find themselves behind the 8 ball. A 20-0 lead by the Blue Jays with 1:30 left here in the third quarter.
Yeah, this third
13.
quarter.
Yeah, you got 13 and a half minutes to make something happen. And these Blue Jays, they're cooking on offense.
Say, this third quarter has been all Blue Jays.
DeMoss on the return. And he's going to carry some defenders forward up to about the 33-yard line.
What'd you call that earlier? A flock of Blue Jays?
A flock.
Carries a whole flock of them.
Senecas were able to host a playoff game here tonight. Thanks to these Blue Jays upsetting the number 2 seed Upper Scioto Valley last week.
Some of these Senecas have so many stickers on the side of their helmets, I thought they were wearing white helmets for a second.
Right. Coleman slings it over the middle, and it is caught, I think. Did they say catch or interception?
Oh,
one of the two. Caught. Logan DeMoss went up and got it.
Hold on a minute.
I'm surprised they didn't call pass interference or something. I mean, the way this game's been going, man, it's just like everything that can go wrong
Yeah,
has.
it's definitely Murphy's Law out there on the field. These Senecas breathe new life. They're chasing the 20-point lead, and now they're starting to march. They got the ball at 31.
Coleman. Handoff.
Oh!
And swallowed up in the backfield. Mueller on the stop.
I tried to catch that big catch there on replay. I don't know if I did. We'll try to take a look real quick. Nope, of course not. Just the end of it.
Yeah, it's a nice still shot, though.
Just him flexing.
Tucker Coleman in the shotgun. 4 receivers set. Looking. Throws it left side, and it's incomplete. Trying to find Xavier Kimmett. There needs to be some conversations being had on that sideline with some of these seniors and some of these guys saying, guys, you understand this is it. Like, this is it.
Well, again, just like that, it's a 3rd and long situation for the Senecas.
Yeah, you got that momentum going back and forth. It's like you had a huge play downfield, and then now you found yourself on 3rd and long all of a sudden.
Ball at the 35-yard line. Coleman takes the snap. Pressure, steps up, delivers right side, and that is incomplete.
That ball took, I don't know what happened. It looked like it slipped out on the delivery.
So even if he had caught that, he had a ways to go to get that first down.
That one just kind of set.
Well, it took him away from the marker.
Kind of brought him back in the opposite direction there to the outside, yeah.
So now 4th down coming up. Senecas kind of staring at a do-or-die situation here, Tommy, because you give the ball back to the Blue Jays here.
Running out of time here.
They could run out the time here.
Oh, buckle up.
Buckaroo.
Yeah, this is a huge improbable down, 4th and 14.
Coleman rolls to the right, delivers, picked off. Intercepted. Riley Mueller with the interception. That's the final play of the 3rd quarter. Blue Jays lead 20-0 over the Senecas. We'll be back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Experience the ultimate luxury treatment at Relax and Revive Salon and Spa. At Tiffin's largest salon and spa, we offer a full array of services to help you look and feel your best. From hair and nails to massages and skincare, we also accommodate groups and are the perfect place for bridal parties, girl days, and even date night. Everyone needs a little R&R. Enjoy some self-care at Relax and Revive Salon and Spa.
Let Heather Hunker, travel advisor with Magical Moments Vacation, take the stress out of booking your next getaway. Specializing in family and group vacations, as well as adults-only trips, Heather can also help you with booking your dream destination wedding. Most trips are planned at no additional cost to you, and you'll have her support both pre-travel and in-destination with every step of the way. Book your next dream getaway now. Heather Hunker, travel advisor with Magical Moments Vacations. It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
And we're back here at Frost Kalnow Stadium. Start of the fourth quarter. Blue Jays lead 20-0, and they take over after the turnover on downs by the Senecas. I think it's at least the second turnover on downs I've seen so far, maybe the third, Tommy, by the Senecas. And St. John's going to throw down the middle of the field, and all alone and all by himself all the way to the end zone.
They were just looking for the dagger.
75-yard touchdown pass, 9 seconds. That's all it took, folks.
Barrington Pullman pulled the trigger to now Blue Jays instant offense, 26
I said,
nothing.
I say, oh, they'll probably run out the rest of the clock. Well,
they made sure to increase that lead first before they got to that point.
I don't know what happened here. The
just a breakdown in coverage.
They've just become unplugged in this one.
Just got right behind you, split both of the defenders there, and just got deep on both of them. Pass was right on target.
Lucas Stoltz on defense there, just unable to keep up with the receiver. It looked like a zone coverage of some sort, but and that one's up and through. Puts the Blue Jays up 27-0.
Well, I said the third quarter was all Blue Jays, so it looks like they won the fourth quarter too, guys.
What a Jekyll and Hyde half. 2 halves by these Blue Jays. I mean, this team is just rolling here in the second half. A far departure from what we've seen in the first 24 minutes, and Senecas just have no answers for it. Rough night at the office if you're a Calvert Seneca.
I want to thank one of our sponsors here tonight, Forte Music, for bringing the marching band performance to you.
Even though one of them didn't face this game.
Hey, that was their choice, not ours. Discover your passion for music at Forte in Tiffin. Whether you're looking for lessons, instruments, or accessories, Forte Music offers everything you need to take your sound to the next level. From beginners to experienced musicians, they've got you covered with expert guidance and quality gear. Forte Music, where music lives.
Those teams are still playing, or we're still playing this weekend. I mean, this is an impressive roster and a very tough schedule, and they're showing that they're much better than the record indicates.
So the Blue Jays set to kick off. Drew Boggs kicks it off, fielded at the 15-yard line. And it'll be brought back to about the 30 by John Schumacher.
Yeah, that 70-yard bomb by the Blue Jays to cap that 27-point lead, it just feels like it left all the air out of the stadium here. And now the Senecas, I mean, it's just...
Well, you talk about huge momentum swings. The Senecas were able to drive down the field and stall it out, turned it over on downs there. And St. John said, you know, we're not just going to take this ball. We're going to, like I said, they're going to stick that dagger in and twist it. Hit him with the first deep ball right off the bat. Put another 7 on the board.
Yeah, there'll be some memorable moments. A 4th and 14 being intercepted.
Coleman in the shotgun. Throws it left side, complete to his receiver, and up around the first down marker. Xavier Kimmett on the reception.
That's what's crazy is you got a little over 11 minutes in this one, and you're almost forced to run some 2-minute.
Yeah, you find yourself down 4 scores. You got 4 scores at 2 minutes apiece right there. You're talking about 8 minutes of 11 minutes. So
thanks,
ain't
Abraham.
no joke.
4 scores and 7 years ago.
4 scores and 27 points ago. 27 points to go. That's what I meant to say.
Coleman looking.
And he's going to be brought down.
Dropped behind the line.
Right off the edge.
Just had no time to really do anything with it there, Tommy.
Not the golf swing celebration.
Sacked on the play by Alex Herron.
Yeah, him and Coleman have gotten to know each other And this one, that's his second sack.
The Blue Heron coming in to make the stop. 2nd and 14. Coleman slings it to the right. Schumacher on the reception. To the 50, 45, and out of bounds inside Blue Jay territory. Down around the 43-yard line. That's a Greene'S Plumbing first down. Senecas on the move. And Senecas run right to where that blitzer was.
Yeah, flag just came in there on the very end.
But a great job by the corner
looks like
on contain.
It's going to be a hold.
Yeah.
It's going to be a holding against Calvert there.
There'll be a 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Moves it back to the 42-yard line. 10 minutes and 17 seconds left here in the ball game. Clock continues to roll. First and 20. Coleman slings it over the middle, incomplete. I believe that was intended for Xavier Kimmett. That's John Schumacher.
He's getting up limping a little bit there.
Hopefully he's okay. One of those senior leaders for this Calvert squad. Second down and 20 coming up. Use this time to thank our sponsors here. We'd like to thank the following sponsors for allowing us to bring this broadcast to you live and paywall free right here on the Pulse of the Buckeye State. Thanks to XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Greene'S Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical, SS Cleaning Services, Heather Hunker, Travel Advisor with Magical Moments Vacations, Forte Music, First National Bank of Sycamore, VICEK Orthodontics, Relax and Revive Salon and Spa, Webster Industries, the Advertiser Tribune, STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc., Landers Strength Syndicate, Art Lessons by Chelsea Mullins, and Fiesel's Frame and Collision. All proud sponsors with us right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Schumacher able to make it off the field on his own power. That's good to see.
Coach Lento was out there asking the refs why they allowed him to be tackled. And I heard the refs telling him that the ball was already passed, so that was a legal tackle.
Well, and Coach Lento always wants an explanation from the referees.
That's how he stays knowledgeable.
That's right. Coleman's pass incomplete. Intended for Xavier Kimmett at around the 45-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd and long. 3rd and 20 coming up here, Tommy. And
yeah,
the wind is starting to come out of the sails here.
Yeah, they call themselves a Blue Jay, but they got an eagle eye on these Senecas offense. As they've been at every corner.
Third and long. That one bobbled and caught, and then stopped after just a 2-yard gain.
Trying the old screen there on 3rd and long. Maybe if you get the catch right off the bat, you maybe have a chance of getting those blocks, but you bobble it like that, and that's all it takes is a second to shut that play down.
Well, 4th and long here for the Senecas. They keep the offense on the field. The ball at the 49. Calvert trailing 27-0 to the number 15 seed Delphos St. John. Coleman back to pass on 4th down. Hit and dropped.
Wow.
And penalty flag comes in. I think it's going to be holding against the Senecas. As this one I think is going to go against Connor Moyer.
And Heron once again making himself comfortable in the backfield. I mean, this is a guy that the boogeyman checks under his bed for. As Heron is just...
That defensive front does such a good job of swallowing up blockers, Tommy, that those edge rushers are just coming off scot-free. Like there's nobody there to block them. And when there is, they're just coming with their hair on fire, man. They're just coming downhill so fast that, I mean, it's just so hard to block some of these guys.
Hey, you see once again. Heck, I almost thought they ran empty back on that. It's still just... That's the block you got to pick up.
Did a good job of getting off that block off the running back, yeah.
TJ Wirtz, the ball carrier, picks up a couple up to about the 42-yard line. Three-yard gain. 2nd and 7 coming up.
3 yards gained and 30-plus seconds taken off the clock.
How many times have the Senecas punted here as opposed to turning it over?
Brought some pressure that time, but Block's just picking it all up.
Oh, they ran right away from it, too. They're bringing the pressure up the middle, but they don't really run the ball up the middle. Like, there hasn't really been a whole lot of plays up the middle. A lot of their plays are off tackle. So when you're bringing pressure up the middle, you're actually doing the offense favors by eliminating a blocker on the edge. A 3rd down coming up here, 3rd and 4. Ball marked at the 39-yard line. Gagne once again on the end around, this time tripped up in the backfield by Logan DeMoss, who read it perfectly.
Yeah, play that one for a huge gain earlier. DeMoss there sniffed that one out.
And Blue Jays going to bring the punt unit onto the field. I would think they'd just go for it here, Tommy. What's the point?
Sportsmanship.
No, he's still.
No, they're trying to pin him deep here.
Yeah. Flip the field. It's going to take all that much longer for you to even get in scoring and striking distance.
Drew Boggs with the punt. Hits down at the 10.
That's just Boggs. He can punt, too.
That's good
And
bounce.
it'll roll out of bounds at the 5.
What can't he do?
Kind of reminds you of last night with the Seneca East squad, how you said there's not really positions, just playmakers out there on the field. And like you said, what can't this kid do?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's it going to start him on like about the 5-yard line or so there?
Ball went out at the 5. That's where the Senecas will take over, where they're still searching for answers offensively. There's defensive front for the Blue Jays. Just been dominant today. Cal Warnament on the carry.
Stopped by Austin Arnold there.
Jackson Horston and Josh Mueller really have been just shutting things down on the interior of that defensive line tonight. You talk about Dylan Hummer as well. That defensive line, That's been the key tonight for St. John's. I think that's the reason why they're winning this game, Tommy. Coleman. Incomplete. Nearly intercepted. As he just doesn't, he has really, like, he was just standing there. Like, there was no, he didn't have his feet moving or anything. He just kind of standing flat-footed waiting for his receivers to get open.
Yeah, we've talked about this before in other games this season, how he's still learning that quarterback position. How he does that. He just stands there flat-footed. It's kind of awkward looking.
You don't want to have happy feet, but at the same time, you got to keep them moving. All part of the maturation process of the young Tucker Coleman. Handoff to Cal Warnament. And Warnament on the carry picks up close to 10 yards. They'll give him the first down. This drive once again started out at their own 5-yard line. They had a long way to go. Another first down brought to you by Greene's Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical.
And for young Tucker Coleman as a freshman at 12 starts, yeah, playoff win under your belt. That's not a bad freshman campaign for you. Room to build onto, but he's got 520 to try to make a miracle happen here at Frost Kalnow.
Warnament on the carry once again, as he's got it up to about the 35-yard line. 7-yard gain. Give him 8 up to the 36. Second down and 2 coming up. Inside of 5 minutes to play here in the ball game, Blue Jays on top 27-0 over the Senecas here at Frost Kalnow Stadium. Nate Mullins, Tommy Hall, Greg Kinn on the call with you. Austin Rodriguez and Eric Hall down on the sidelines. Connor, Mr. Details, Roush up here on the overhead camera. 2nd and 2. Coleman down the right sideline looking for Schumacher, and he's got it at the 30-yard line. John Schumacher comes up with the catch.
I like the little, at the end there, how he sticks the ball up, holding it in his hand. He's like, I got it. It's right here. That's good stuff.
22 on 22 crime there. Schumacher goes up there to grab it. Drake Fitro on the coverage. Trips bunched on the left side. Schumacher. Senecas with the handoff.
Let's see if I caught a replay of that pass there. Take a look at that again. Oh, of course. Just the end of course.
Just the sportsmanship.
At least there's still some of that this late in the game.
Second and 10. Coleman takes the snap, slings it right side, and it's complete, but hit from behind, right in the small of the back of John Schumacher.
Yeah, he felt that one, but look at him, toughness, just getting up, heading back to the huddle. Oh, ouch.
Well, as a senior, he knows this is probably his last game here on this field, so he's not coming out. No matter how hard that hit hurt, he's finishing this game. Third down and 7. Down to 3 minutes to play here in the ball game. 2 receivers on the left, 1 here on the near side. Coleman looking, steps up into the pocket, delivers it, and it's incomplete, nearly intercepted. As number 6, Austin Schaefer, nearly come up with that one.
That was just a desperation heave there by Coleman trying to get out of it. He was in a big pile there in a mess, and he said, oh, let me just get rid of this one. And
yeah,
you see what almost the result was there.
Fourth down coming up here for Tiffin Calvert. 2:49 left to play in the ball game. Freshman quarterback Tucker Coleman in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Looking. Slings it over the middle into the end zone, and it's incomplete. He's looking for Xavier Kimmett across the middle. Another turnover on downs for the Senecas, and that's been a theme here tonight, Tommy.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where these Blue Jays, defensively, they just have not allowed an inch.
Yeah, and the Senecas have found themselves, they put themselves in situations where they've had to try to go for it on fourth down and just have not been successful here tonight.
And it's strange, that feeling out process, not about how you start, it's how you finish. And these Senecas, in that first half, I just felt like they just weren't able to capitalize off those drives. But they were controlling the tempo of this one.
Yeah.
Even with the Blue Jays with the early lead right off the get-go, the Senecas had so many chances where they were driving back, had a chance to knot this one up, but those Blue Jays, they just kept fighting. They just never went away. And that was just second half. They kind of shook the cobwebs out, whatever was going through their mind, and they just came out lit like a firecracker here in the second half. Under 2 minutes now.
Boggs handoff to Mueller as they pick up a few. Up to about the 34, or they'll mark him down. 30, yeah, about the 34. So this will leave just two local teams here in our area still alive, Tommy, as Mohawk and Hopewell Loudon will be the only two remaining teams in our coverage area that are still in the playoffs after this week. As the Chieftains will play a familiar opponent in Patrick Henry next week, and the Mohawk Warriors will take on the number 1 seed Columbus Grove. Whereas these Delphos St. John Blue Jays, they get the Lipsick Vikings, the number 11 seed.
Very, very tough road to the regional final, but not an impossible task, especially with how these Blue Jays came into the playoff. You never know how big a mountain is until you put your hand on it. And these Blue Jays, they've already been at the summit against some high-caliber opponents and fell all the way to the bottom, and now they're just about to reclimb here in the in the back nine of the season.
And a timeout taken. This timeout brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. Let's go ahead and thank our sponsors one more time before the end of the broadcast here. We'd like to thank XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Greene'S Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical, SS Cleaning Services, Heather Hunker, Travel Advisor with Magical Moments Vacations, Forte Music, First National Bank of Sycamore, VICEK Orthodontics, Relax and Revive Salon and Spa, Webster Industries, The Advertiser Tribune, STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc., Landers Strength Syndicate, Art Lessons by Chelsea Mullins, and Fiesel's Frame and Collision, all proud sponsors with us right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Don't forget to pick up a copy of the Advertiser Tribune tomorrow. Well, actually, today, they do the weekend edition now, Tommy. The AT, Seneca County's trusted source for news, sports, and community events. As St. John's takes a knee, and Cam Bajent, you can tell a lot of frustration as he's very upset. This is the way his senior season ends. But hey, at the end of the year, Tommy, only 7 teams get to finish happy.
Yeah, that's a great point. Good teams.
Out of 700-plus teams in Ohio.
If you're a good team and you play this game, the game's going to end in heartbreak for you.
That's right.
The
Absolutely.
great ones, they're the ones that get that at the end. It's what you take from the season, what you carry on with you in life. That's what truly matters.
That's right.
Life after football. But in this case, these Delphos St. John Blue Jays, they continue, like I said, to set a flame and light a match to anybody that stands in the way here in the postseason. Playing spoiler on the road and upsetting these Calvert Senecas here, 27-0 here in the Division 7 Region 26 quarterfinal.
All right, folks, we're going to step aside, take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have our postgame show brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. We'll break this one down, and we'll wrap it up. We'll get you set for Week 3 of the OHSAA playoffs next week, as we've still got more coverage coming up right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. But we'll be back after this with the postgame show, once again brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome to Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your trusted community credit union for over 70 years. We're not just a credit union, we're your personal financial counselor. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union is a full-service financial institution tailoring solutions to your needs. Whether it's your first home or planning for the future, we're here to help you find success. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, a legacy built on trust, commitment, and community.
Your legacy.
Keep it locked in. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
From the game to online, Baskin Communications has you covered. Since 1906, Baskin Communications has been here for you. Because we're not just serving your community, we're part of it. Trust your local cooperative for fast, reliable fiber internet. Connect with us today and experience the difference of local, dependable service that's built for you. Baskin Communications, your neighbor, your network. Contact us at Baskin Communications for more information.
Experience the ultimate luxury treatment at Relax and Revive Salon and Spa. At Tiffin's largest salon and spa, we offer a full array of services to help you look and feel your best. From hair and nails to massages and skincare, we also accommodate groups and are the perfect place for bridal parties, girl days, and even date night. Everyone needs a little R&R. Enjoy some self-care at Relax and Revive Salon and Spa.
Want to take your marketing plan to the next level? Let's talk. Shoot us an email at hoosbroadcasting@gmail.com.
It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
And we're back here at Frost Kalnow Stadium. Once again, your final score, St. John's 27, Tiffin Calvert 0. You're tuned in here on the postgame show brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. As you see Coach Mike Lento having a conversation with his guys down on the field, making sure everybody knows, hey, there's nothing to hang your heads about, guys. Had a heck of a season this year. Won a playoff game for the first time in a couple years, Tommy. First time they won a first-round playoff game in a couple years. So there's something to be proud of. But there's a lot that they can take from this season for these younger underclassmen into next year. But for these seniors, you know, it's got
here in Northwest,
bittersweet.
In Northwest Ohio, and especially around this area, I mean, the standard is the standard. And it's an unenviable task for anybody, especially their first year coaching a program, to not only just boast a winning record, but also make a playoff appearance and get a playoff win, especially with a freshman signal caller. I liked a lot of the things I've seen out of this young Calvert squad. They got a lot of seniors that they graduated that they were able to carry this squad a long way, a lot further than what a lot of people gave them credit for. And, again, these Senecas, they had a tremendous season, especially considering the circumstance. So I think a nice campaign by Coach Mike Leno here in his inaugural season with these Calvert Senecas.
Absolutely. Nothing that, I mean, couldn't have said it better myself, partner. Outstanding campaign for the Senecas. They're playing here in Week 12 in front of the home crowd. I think if you told them at the beginning of the season you'd be playing a home playoff game in Week 2 of the playoffs, you'd take that, right?
Oh, yeah. You'd be chomping at the bit every week to get after it and see where this one leads you. But, you know, again, it ends in heartbreak for these Senecas. They got a short drive home at least. But, again, what a way to end your career as a Calvert Senecas here under the bright lights of Frost Kalnow Stadium, where it all started for you.
Absolutely right. I want to talk about where it all started. These seniors, there's a few seniors on this squad we really got to give a shout out to, as these guys have had a lasting impact on this program. Number 6, Xavier Kimmett. Number 12, Carter Wolf. Number 22, John Schumacher. Number 27, Cal Warnament. Number 52, Sam Morgan. Number 56, Carter Cook. And number 57, Cameron Bajent. Also want to give a recognition to these all SBC River players, as Cal Warnament, first team running back and second team linebacker. Cam Bajent, first team offensive line and defensive line. Also Carter Wolf, honorable mention tight end and first team defensive lineman. Carter Cook, first team linebacker, and Xavier Kimmett, honorable mention defensive back. Incredible careers by some of these Senecas. And just, I mean, obviously you don't want your story to end on a loss, but like I said, Tommy, not many get to end on a win.
And I tell you this much, it's especially if you follow Heart of Ohio sports, it's definitely not the end. You get to see a lot of these seniors in their other campaigns in their respective sports. We still got basketball and baseball. So these Calvert Senecas, you're going to be in for a ride, folks, with some of these winter sports coming up here in the basketball season and then through the spring with baseball. So the ride's not over, but for the football, for the shoulder pads and helmet, you know, this is where it is. You know, you leave your cleats out there and, you know, again, you kind of put your head down and go back to work the next day because you still got another season coming up.
That's absolutely right, Tommy. Well, once again, final score 27-0. Tiffin Calvert falls here in round 2 of the playoffs. Their season comes to an end. A lot of underclassmen coming back next year.
I see one right there in the front, number 7.
Yeah, I know he'll be back next year. He's chomping at the bit to get more of an opportunity. But I'll tell you what a season for these Senecas. What an accomplishment to get this far into the playoffs, but what a season for these Senecas and Mike Lento. And Tommy, you could say, did a great job of laying the foundation of of the expectations for this program for him in his first year.
Yeah, again, the expectations, pouring that foundation and seeing what he has in front of him. But at the end of the day, the standard is the standard, and we can't wait to see what Coach Lento is able to do with his Senecas going forward from here.
Once again, I'd like to thank our sponsors for allowing us to bring this broadcast to you, and then we'll wrap things up here from Frost Kalnow Stadium. We'd like to thank XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Greene'S Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical, SS Cleaning Services, Heather Hunker, Travel Advisor with Magical Moments Vacations, Forte Music, First National Bank of Sycamore, VICEK Orthodontics, Relax and Revive Salon and Spa, Webster Industries, the Advertiser Tribune, STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc., Landers Strength Syndicate, Art Lessons by Chelsea Mullins, and Fiesel's Frame and Collision. And folks, we're not done yet. That's right. Next week, more high school football coming to you right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, playoff football. As we've still got Mohawk and Hopewell Loudon, they're still alive and playing, and we need sponsors to help us bring those broadcasts to you next week right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Jump on board with the winning team, reach thousands of local fans during the regional semifinals. Heart of Ohio Sports, your gateway to connect with thousands of engaged viewers. Tommy, this is a prime opportunity to get some exposure for your small business.
Prime time games. As don't forget, your sponsorship also leaves a lasting impression. After these games conclude, they go into our vault, they go into the archive on YouTube to where our fans can enjoy them right after the game ends, and they stay there forever. So your sponsorship leaves a lasting impression. So big epic game here in the playoffs, a regional final matchup, and your name's on the call sheet and on the sponsor list. Again, that's going to be etched in there forever. So again, get on board with the winning team. We can't thank all of you enough for joining us on this ride over the past couple years and allowing us to bring our brand of high school football to you in the best way that we can, live and paywall free. And if we wouldn't be here without those great sponsors that help us get here each and every week.
Yeah. So thanks once again to all of our sponsors. Thanks to all of you for tuning in. Once again, your final score, St. John's 27, Calvert nothing. I want to thank our crew for doing an outstanding job here today once again. Austin Rodriguez down on the sidelines with Eric Hall. Connor Roush up here on the camera. The Wizard Greg Kinn on the ones and twos. And Tommy Cash, as it was said on the as it was said on the name tags up here.
Yeah, we ain't done. We ain't never going to stop.
We ain't never going to stop. That's right, folks. We got more football coming next week right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. That's going to do it. Have a great night, everybody. You've been watching The Pulse of the Buckeye State.